What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another Tottenham update for you guys. Not much to talk about, but there is a few transfer rumours, some quotes from Harry Winks that we're going to get into, but let's start off with the transfer rumours. And we're starting off with David Raya, as Fabrizio Romano said yesterday on a Man United podcast. He said that David Raya wants a new challenge and hopes for a top 6 transfer this summer. We already know he's rejected 2 Brentford contracts. And he's running down his contract at Brentford. So I think we've all said before, haven't we? This would be our number 1 target for the goalkeeping situation. Man United potentially looking for a goalkeeper as well. I mean, surely we need to try and get this done early so we can get ahead of the competition.
Yeah, you would hope so. When it comes to De Gea, I don't, he's playing very well at the moment for Man United. So whether that makes Ten Hag rethink what he was going to do with De Gea will have to remain to be seen. But he is having a good season. What other top 6 clubs need a keeper? Maybe Chelsea, but Kepa's turning things around at the moment. He did cost them 17 million, so maybe they're going to put their trust in him rather than look for a new keeper. But Chelsea potentially are another one. But who else? City are pretty well covered. Liverpool well covered. Yeah. Arsenal well covered. Newcastle well covered. So it's pretty. I think we're in a good position if he's looking for a top 6 challenge. And I guess, yeah, if you want to make, if United do decide they are going to go their separate ways with David De Gea, then we have to make sure we are getting in there early to make sure we're beating them to him. And Raya was actually ahead of De Gea in the World Cup, wasn't he? He got called up and went to the World Cup. De Gea didn't. So maybe that goes to show how he's thought of at international level at the moment. So I'm a big fan of David Raya. I think he's really done a great job since coming into the Premier League. And there was a lot of talk about him when he was coming up, even from the Championship, I remember. And people wanted to see how he'd perform. And I think he's really taken like a duck to water to the Premier League.
He was heavily linked with Arsenal at that time. And Brentford didn't want to let him go. They ended up getting Ramsdale in the end, didn't they? I think with David Raya, though, with 1 year left in his contract in the summer, what kind of fee do you reckon he commands?
With 1 year left, he's at a good age. Brentford will want
27 years of age.
Yeah, he's at a good age for a goalkeeper. Brentford are going to want a decent fee. So I'm probably thinking more than 20, but I don't think... I think like between 20 and 30, somewhere like 25,
great value,
30. Brilliant value. 100%. I'll take that fee in a heartbeat.
It's got a market value at the moment on transfer market of 22 million euros. So kind of makes sense. But let's move on. Let's talk about the next player, who is Julian Brandt of Borussia Dortmund. Publications in Germany are saying that Tottenham remain keen to sign Borussia Dortmund's Brandt this summer. And when we're looking at what we need in this squad in terms of a midfielder, I mean, he fits the bill, doesn't he?
He's versatile, really creative. It's interesting with Julian Brandt. I feel like he was in his 30s. I was surprised. I was looking him up. He's only 26. I was like, wow, I thought he's been around for so long. He's like one of those players that just feels like he's been around forever, Julian Brandt. I remember when he was at Leverkusen and balling it out a long time ago, many years ago. He's been at Dortmund now for a few years. He's always been a fairly consistent performer for Dortmund. He's always been a fairly regular player for Germany, although he's never been really a consistent starter in the team. He's always been in squads and gone to tournaments and
39 appearances.
So he's been like a regular for Germany. I think he's one who would, in Conte's system anyway, I believe would be probably one of the number 10 positions, or occasionally in that pivot role, but I reckon he would more likely be in one of the 2 number 10 positions. Really creative, nimble footballer. I'm a big fan of him. I do like Julian Brandt. I think he, in terms of like a creative offensive player, I believe he really fits the bill for us. Is he a player who's going to who automatically... He's like a player who, like, you put him in Man City, he would fit like a duck to water, but he wouldn't be like one of Man City's main players. He would be like a squad player for them. So for us, he probably would be like a main player, but is he a player who can take us to the next level? That's a question mark, but I do think he would definitely add quality to the squad, 100%.
Yeah, and obviously he'll fill a lot of the creative void that is lacking in this squad. The guy, like you said, 26 years of age, played 23 games for Dortmund this year, 8 goals, 4 assists. I mean, really good return.
He's had a great season this season, yeah.
In the summer, again, he's going to have 1 year left in his contract. It's no surprise we're looking at these kind of players that are running down their contract, but good quality. So, I mean, with 1 year left in the summer, how much do you reckon he's going to cost?
Similar,
current
25 to 30.
28 million.
Yeah, so you think looking at 30 million, I reckon 35 million for someone of his quality at Dortmund.
Good value though.
Yeah, I think he's probably worth it. It's just a case of if he's one of your main players, is he gonna like? Could we have a title challenge with him being one of our main players? Maybe, but I'm not 100% sure on it.
But, if you're saying if Conte does stay and it's in that system and he's one of the number 10s, like you're saying, I mean, great competition for Son, great competition for Kulusevski, and that's what we need.
Definitely, and that I agree with.
Moving on, let's talk about this player because we've spoken about him a lot over the past year, but we all know he's not going to be coming. So his name is Josko Gvardiol. Bild is saying that Tottenham are among a few of the clubs that have Gvardiol's name on their target list. The Croatian's defender has a 112 million euro release clause, while Leipzig would be ready to talk about his sale if there's an offer of 100 million euros. So that means we're not in the race.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we could have got him, I reckon, last summer if we really were serious and bid like 80 million or something. I reckon it probably was gettable. But we were never going to do that, and it was always going to be too much risk. Now it's a case where even if we pay the 80 million, we're still not going to get him, in my opinion, because there's probably people ahead of us in the queue. So,
well, Romano was speaking yesterday about how he's high up on Man City's list. So if that's the case, then it's game, set, match. Really.
Definitely, and then look with Laporte, doesn't seem to be as highly thought of as he used to be at Man City. Ake is getting a lot of game time, so 100% there's a place for Gvardiol in the Man City team right now if he was to sign for them, and he's going to be their centre back for many years to come if he goes there. He's so young as well. He's not. I don't know if he's even 21 yet. I think he's
21. Yeah.
So maybe just turned 21. So he's got so many years ahead of him. He's already playing at such a high level. So I can't see Tottenham being able to prize him away from Leipzig. I think he's going to be looking at a higher level of Tottenham at the moment, unfortunately for us. So I think we've kind of missed the boat on him.
And if Man City do go for him, surely Laporte is a player that we should be looking at.
100%. Get him in.
What a quality player he is. And if he's just going to be chucked away by Man City and they don't fancy him, I mean, we should be going in there hard and trying to get him.
I just hope they haven't learned the mistakes of what they did in the last summer with Zinchenko and Jesus, because now they've let it go of two fringe players to a rival. They've used it against them and are now challenging for the title. So are they going to be thinking now, we don't want to do that again, really, do we?
Yeah, let's just hope they don't think of us as a rival.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, there has some before, remember when they gave us
to be fair, they didn't really think about Arsenal as a rival then either.
They didn't.
No.
And I remember when they gave us Adebayor, they were like, whatever, then Spurs aren't a threat to us, just give it to them.
Yeah.
So hopefully they still
and
think
we
like
still
that.
aren't a threat to them.
Yeah, true. True.
All right, last bit of the update. Harry Winks has been talking about his time in Sampdoria, and he says, I feel indebted to Sampdoria. If I had been available from the start, I would have given my all. The club has always supported me. It was important for my ankle to fully heal. And no one from Spurs have contacted me, not even the coach. Poor Harry Winks, eh?
Conte, that bastard. Couldn't even pick up the phone to check out how he's doing. Couldn't even do that.
Exactly. Adoji's coming in saying, I'm speaking to Spurs every week. They want to see how I'm doing.
Yeah. And we've all forgotten about Winks. I reckon they've just forgotten about him. I don't even think it's malice. It's like, who? Oh, yeah, Winksy. Oh, yeah, he's on Sampdoria. Forgot about that. To be honest, just a serious spin. It is a bit weird, like not even a club like Liaison or anything have contacted him. You would have thought just to check up on him, see how he's doing, just to like get his opinion, how the loan's going, all this kind of stuff. To no contact is a bit strange, I have to say.
I wonder if Ndombele has been contacted.
Yeah, I wonder as well.
Or Giovanni Lo Celso or Sergio Reguilon.
That's a great question. That's the one you have to put to Winks. But look, he has to just get on with it. Forget about Spurs. Just move on. I think if he's being so harshly treated, maybe he just go for a permanent move, I reckon.
He should. we said this for ages now. I mean, I think that maybe Spurs not contacting him and all that kind of stuff
cold shoulder
is a signal of where his future lies, to be honest. So look, I'm not too bothered about it. So I think that
I'm not bothered. It is a bit strange, I would say.
Yeah, but
you would have thought a club, someone.
If a guy doesn't have a future at the club, then what need is there to keep in contact?
Just to keep that veneer of like, we still care about you. You're under contract with us. You're still one of our players.
Yeah, I'm sure when he walks through the door in the summer back from his loan,
this is an academy product, right?
They'll welcome him with open arms, and then behind his back probably go, all right, who wants this guy? Who wants this guy?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But look, that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding any of the news stories we've brought to you today. Thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.